Hello and welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing? There we go. How is everyone? Let's lower the microphone down a tad. There's static coming from somewhere. I don't know where that static's coming from. But let's get streaming. Welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be playing a new game that's only came out yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Called Data Center. And basically you get to create your own data center, and obviously as you carry on getting XP, reputation, you unlock different items and different stuff and expand the data center. So we're going to be playing that today. Let's get some music on. There we go. So when we first spawn in, we get this very boring, quite old room, and then in the other room, this is where we'll be setting up the start of our data center. So essentially, these are the base mounts for the different racking that we can install. So I have played the demo version of this game. So I'll get an idea of what we do need. We'll need, I think it's 8 or 6 of these. We'll go with 8. We've got 8 then, haven't we? We definitely need a gig switch, or 10 gig switch in this instance. We'll get 2. Server cabinet, we'll get 2 of them. Patch panel, we'll get 2. And our copper cable. This is our little delivery area. So this is the loading bay where our items are delivered to us. We can then use the trolley to take it over to the main area. Saves us a bit of a trip or two. We need the patch. Oh, there we go. Let's get another server. So the tutorial that we're getting on the top left hand side, it tells us to do it in a certain place in a certain order. We're gonna do it slightly different to what they're saying. Still accepts it, but let's do it in a more realistic way, really. So we grab our main server rack that gets built, and then what we're going to do is we're having 2 of them, because we're going to design it in a way that hopefully should make it a little bit more cleaner. So we're going to put all the actual main switching in the first cabinet, and then the main servers in the second, third, and so forth. Just to make it a little bit more cleaner. And again, we'll do the same here. Main switch, and then down that route. So we want the main switch, which is that one. And we'll shove it right at the top. Actually... no, we'll drop it down 1. And then we need the actual patch panel. We'll shove that at the top. And that goes behind. Let's open up the second cabinet and we'll start installing these servers. So that one's going to be the top one. And we'll just fill them all in. Oh, we need our trolley. Let's just make sure you can see what I'm seeing. You can. So here's our trolley. Let's bring this back. Now we do. So essentially we're going to fill the second rack with all servers. There's our second switch, just in case we need one. And then our patch panel. Oh, Alpha. Select it. And then let's go back to the main. Some dodgy wheels on this. There we go. Carry on filling this out. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't remember how much the first one requires. So it's not letting me do that yet. Okay. So before we move on, let's get some of the cables connected. So we need the spool cable, and let's go around the back. So we'll connect everything to the switch first, and then out from the switch. Now we can do it in the order where we always have a redundancy. Just in case one switch dies, there's always a backup connection, so it automatically switches like it should do in real life. So let's get our next one connected. We're going to have a bit of a gap, and I go from there. And then drop that straight under. Yeah, that works. So top one's going to be our master one. Second is going to be our redundancy. So essentially what we'll do is this in the wrong order. Really we want that to be at the top, don't we? So we'll swap them around. That needs to go underneath. Then we'll put that one at the top, and then that under there. Yeah, let's do that. So we go from there to there. And basically connect each one so you're always going to need to have, I would say, 2, 3, because we need to then link to this and then up to the main connection. Right, and then we want to go from there. We're going to need to go down. So I would say we'll get rid of that. We'll go up across, down. Or is it needed to go that way? No, let's go that way. Let's disconnect that. Go from there to there to there to there. There we go. And then obviously out of there we go over to the main section. So that's that. We now need to connect from there to the servers. So what we will do is we'll go from there, there, then we'll go there, and then drop that down. And then we just rinse and repeat until we get them all connected. Ah, I've connected it to the wrong one. We need to connect to that. It's quite a fiddly job. Again, I've connected it to the wrong one. We want to connect to there, then to there, 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 and there. So it's better to keep it neat to start off with, so at least then it'll look a little bit cleaner. And in theory, if it was in the real world, a little bit more maintainable. And then go from there. Yeah, go boom. So that's them. So they're the primary routing. Now we need to create a secondary. So we can either go from the right hand side up or carry on, but we use the other section. I would say let's do the one and we'll see what it looks like. It's overlapping. Okay, what we'll do is we'll go up that way round. Actually, scrap what I do. We'll go there. So then we've got to connect each of these. This is our redundancy. So we have got spare at the top, so that gives us more space really for lower. And if we need to put stuff in here, we've got the spare connections. So that works. And we can use this as our primary routing for most of the systems. So everything will route for this first, and then filter down. Again, you've got the redundant switch further down. So if that one ever dies, there's always a backup. Because the way the game works is it'll get errored out if there's a problem. So we'll go with that. We'll do that for now. So we know we want to go from there to there, up, there, down, and repeat. So essentially we're just repeating the same process, but these are now the redundant connections. So if it was to happen with the main switch, it'll just automatically connect to the secondary connection. So it means then, in theory, there'll be hardly any downtime. Also means later down the line when we do unlock different coloured cables and that, and we can make it a bit more neater, when we have to disconnect stuff, at least then we know there'll be hardly any downtime. Okay, so that's all of them connected. The switch is connected to this connection. Yeah, because that actually connects direct. It's not even going through the switches, so that's fine. And then what we can do is from that one, we're gonna go up again, so that will have a connection to the panels over there. In theory, we've got a connection to this, so if one dies, it'll switch. We've got redundancy set up, so all we need to do now is start turning some of these on. And then get these turned on. Okay, and then let's open up this. So we need our cable here. We need to build a connection from this server, this switch, sorry. We can either go that route round or that way round. What would be neater? Well, I've got no middle ones here, so let's go this way around. So we've connected to there. We want to connect to there, there. And then we need to ping off of this one, so let's go from there, there, into you. We need to then feed back, so this is our secondary. You need to go there, to there, to there. Let's go that way, and that way. So we've got redundancy in place. So all we need to do now is do the IP. So I got a pad and I need a pen. We have a pen because we need to make a note of this IP. If he wants to let me. So we're looking at the gateway ID, IP even. So in this case it's 69.69.17. Because the gateway uses 1, we then jump to 2. So we clear this, we go 69.69.17 dot. Let's copy that, and that becomes 2. Yeah, I've read that right, haven't I? 69.69.17. Yeah. And then we just need to switch these over to the white provider. Okay, so then we're ready. So all we need to do now is go paste 3, paste 4, paste 5, paste 6, paste 7, paste 8, and paste 9. There you go. Yeah, so we need to keep an eye on the end of life. And we can hire a technician. So we've got a wall yet, so we don't need to do that. But what we will do is start building our next server. So let's test the backup system. So let's say that dies. It's now switched to the other cable. So everything will filter through the second connection instead. So the redundancy is working. So what we'll do is return the main server back on, main switch even. So we'll need another switch. Or we can carry on using these because we've got enough space for them. So we'll do that. And then eventually what we'll do is we'll swap the cables to different colours depending on what it's connecting to. So let's bring this over here ready for us. We have got the spare spooler cable, so we will eventually need that. So let's order. How much money we got? With plenty. Okay, so let's order 20 servers. We need another switch, another patch, because we'll need one as a backup. Let's go 3 cabinets. We're fine for that. Let's drop that down to 15. Yeah, that should work. So we need the racking. Oh. And then if we go for them, that's reverse. That glare is a bit weird. That's a little bit better. Actually. Yeah, let's try that. So we said server, we can go one button. Let's have a look from this side. So I say that can go in there. Patch panel can go. Let's go that way. One button. That can go in there. So those got a slight gap to make it neat and clean. What we will do is I'll pull the cable. We'll connect that to that, that to that, that to that. There's always going to be a link to the one, so if one breaks, there's always a redundancy. Yeah, that works. Let's set these up. And again, I've dropped the box. There we go. Right, so we don't need that for now. This one needs opening on. So we don't want to go straight from there. Let's give it a gap. So we know this is another provider. Helps us separate them. That's too low. Let's go in there. And grab our servers. because then as they start to come end of life, we'll get the bigger ones, and then we'll have more space then for more. Oh, I've done the same there. There we go. Okay, so free grab that, bring that up. Do we have space for another one? Yeah, we do. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What I'll do then is we'll put these ones up here. Right, where was we? No, that's too low. Right, so let's open up the next one. So this requires 8,000. So no, it's 80,000. No, it's 40,000 for 7. So what we'll do is, really we should have waited until we got these pipes in, but let's carry on. So let's go Z, and we'll pipe these in this way, because then we know these are different. These all need to be piped in. Well, these can be piped through here, can't they? I've gone up too high, gone low too high. So we have ran out of switches on this one, haven't we? Okay, so what we'll do in that case is we'll need to create, I think from there, we won't use that one, we'll use that one. And now we need to work out how we're connecting these up. So, let's have a look at our connections. We've got 3 connections available on that switch. That would work. So our redundancy is slightly changed now. So I would say we might need to rethink that and put the redundancy in a different area, which we can do at a later date. So what we'll do is we'll shove that into there, get that to connect to that one, get these connected. We need to build our connection out, don't we? So let's go in through there. Actually out of that one, because that's now a main one for us. And then free feed back out. Back towards the rack. And then we can go from there, there, because we're going to turn this into a redundancy. We'll slide back up. This might need cleaning up a bit, but it gives us a starting point, which is the main thing. So these now need connecting to this one. So what we do is we do that into there. Cable not long enough. Okay, so our cable is done for. There we go. So if we connect these up, so that slides down there. So if we can get the basics connected, and then we'll do the redundant connection after. So the connection on this one is 59.107.15 dot. So on these servers, we need to turn these on. Okay, so we are 59, 107, 15. Oh, let's try again. 15 dot. Let's copy that. Become 2, because obviously gateway is always 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then we need to open up this cabinet. So, was it 7 we ended off with? Yeah. So we go 8, no, 9, 9. So these all need the correct icon on. Now these aren't going to work straight away because we need to turn that other switch on. So let's do that now. So back up to here, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, let's try again. 13, 14, 15. So 15, so we're on 65, 70, 75, 65, 70, 75, 80. So we need 3 more servers. Well, we've got 1 there. Let's just go and run. Do we have... No, so we need 2 more servers. We've got 2 minutes on the clock. So that's run and get these in. So that one. And that one. Oh, lights lifting up. So we've got these ones turned on. So we go 15, so that becomes... Hang on, before we continue, 15. Yep, right. So that becomes 16. That becomes 17. And that becomes 18. These need to be on the right icon. And then we need... on there. Oh, I can't see. We go down to here, to you, and then to you. "22 seconds left." There we go. Just got it in time. So we can go from switch to switch, which is what you can see happening there. Right. Let's put that down. So these need redundant connections now. So I would say we need another network switch and a patch cable. So let's do that. Let's reel this out of the way. Now what we should be able to do in theory is unlock better cables. Patch cable, patch panel, Let's go another switch, and we could actually unlock. Oh no, we can't. We'll need to get them as well soon. So let's put these in. That one in there. And we need that one. And we'll put that straight underneath. So what we'll do now is we'll swap all our redundant loops with the black cable, because at least then we know. This one's got SFP ports, fiber connections. So I picked up the wrong one, which we want to eventually switch to anyway. So what we'll do is we'll take that out, and we did have. That's not going to be big enough for that. We'll shove that in there out of the way for now, but we will switch them eventually. So we need one of them. Perfect. Our black cable. So I would say we could do with getting another room set up. That's just all the redundant connections. That's not really going to work, is it? That. Let's scrap that idea then. So we connect from there to there. Ooh. That's a weird connection. Let's try again. There to there. There we go. Then there into that, that into that. Ah, that's just opening the door. Okay. Connect that up to there. Right. So what we'll do is we'll get these connections in first. Please, everything that's redundant. Not redundant. Back up. So this is our main rat's nest, which we'll need to clean up eventually. That's that one. We're getting there. So that needs to go in. So these need to go in these ones now, don't they? The ones down here. Ah, I've gone too far. Undo. That into there, that into there, and then there probably is neater ways of doing this. So we go into that, into there. You connect to that. You're into that. You're into that. You're into that. And then this needs to route this way. I thought... Oh, there is another connection. So you're into the missing SFP module. Okay, so we need to drop that off. And we need one of them. RJ45, that's what we're after. So if we put that there, we need one of them. And we put you in there. So now we grab that, put you in there, you've got a third connection. What we could technically do if we wanted to... oh no, because that's going through to that, that's going through to that. These ones need connecting. Right, okay, so where cable's over there. So I'm just missing 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's perfect. That's a perfect amount. So we want to go from here. That up to there. Oh, under you. You need to go from the top down to there, down to there, and one more. Oh, I've gone too much over again. That needs to go down that route. Right, so what's happening here? I would say we need to strip all these ones off. So let's do that. Yeah, there we go. So I put you. Oh, I don't do that. Did I take it with me? No. I'm not dropped it somewhere else, have I? Okay. What we'll do then is we'll order. Oh, there he is. Oh, it's glitched through the wall. This is our redundancy connection. There we go. So that's all them ones redundancy connected now. So here's a test. If I disconnect that, that's just killed a load of the connections on it. Unless I turn that on. There you go. Because that's turned off the connection to up there. Okay, so we drop that down. We need this cable. That was one of the primary routing that we've just disconnected. But the question is, where did that go? So all the primary connections are in. We've definitely disconnected something, haven't we? Yes, we have, because that's going through the two connections. Right. So that was our primary route. So we put that through this. Yes, so that's the primary route into that. These will need moving over because these are all incorrect now. So we'll drop that down. Because in theory it should start to go through. Yes, so them was these ones. Because the primary connection goes that way. So let's disconnect these a second. So that's the primary routine secondary routine working. So we'll clean these up so we know which ones we're on. So we want our primary wire, which is our blue. That needs to connect from there to there. Yes, that's for this. What we'll do shortly is we'll take a quick short break, but we'll get this working first. That into there, that into there. So we've got two more. Oh yeah, because this must be where they came from. Oh yeah, because we've relinked them up, so that's fine. When I said there was two left, front there, so that's fine. That works. Okay. So all the primary connections are better connected. So, in theory, we can disconnect this cable. And then this acts as our secondary, doesn't it? This. Oh no, that one does. So we want our secondary connection. No, it's not going to work. Because that's primary. This one should act as secondary. So we need to come out of there. Up. That way. Yeah. Hello, welcome. It's a little bit of a rat's nest, this is. Which we are trying to clean up a little bit. It's a bit of a mess though. So, if we drop that there. What we've done is... Yes, go ahead. So the background is IT, but not servers. I'd put the switches on the top of the server racks. See, I know whenever I've been in server rooms, they've always got all the server. I'd not use the patch panels either. Yeah, but wouldn't that make it easier to then switch because you don't have to individually? Oh, you would have to do that, wouldn't you? Oh no, because you wouldn't have to connect up the patch panels all the time then, would you? Just from the server to the patch, which is normally a shorter route. Whereas if you'd not use the patch panels, you would have, if you had to switch the switches over, which in this game sounds like it's going to be quite a regular occurrence, you'd have to then trace all the wires back to the servers. That's what I thought. Oh, because as I say, whenever I have been in server rooms, they've always had all the switches on one server, run rack, and then all the actual servers on a different. I know they're not. Aren't they normally used to patch to access ports in a building? Because a lot of the time you normally have them managed then, don't you? Well, you can have them managed. So you can have virtual LANs and everything. Yeah, I know. Which is something that they should put into the game. Of how patch panels actually really do work. Oh, someone's using redundant connections still. Bloody hell. So something is still going through. Because it's splitting the traffic off, isn't it, in this instance? Because some of it's... Because these are supposed to be secondary. So they're linking to this. So these are all the secondary connections. So I'm trying to do all your primary stuff, or your primary route is all in blue. Your secondary, or I should say redundancy, is in black. Because if I disconnect that connection, they should in theory start using the primary route. You can't in here. If you whisper it to me, I'll be able to see it, hopefully. Yeah, you can't in the chat, but if you whisper it, I'll have a look. Some of the traffic's going through the backup and some of it's not. So what if I... Oh. Yeah, if you link it and then I'll cancel the timeout that it will do. Ah, good. Received. Nice. I'll bring up on screen. Oh, it's well clean that. So you've put your switches at the bottom. Ah, so your primary at the top, your secondary at the bottom. But then if your primary fails, how's your secondary reconnected up then? I can't see how we... Oh, right. I have a so to fix that issue, I will have a dedicated rack that provides secondary backup if both switches fail. Ah, okay. But then the question... I can see how your primary is connected using the black cable at the top, aren't you? And then that's then going over the top to the... thing, but I can't see how your secondary is working. Is that why I can't see it? I can see you linking that way. Okay. Okay, that's one way to do it. Because my original plan was to have at the start of each block that's where all your network switches, all the patch cables are, and then it goes over the top to reach through the trunk into each section then. Thank you for the follow. See, my background, I work in IT, but my background is web development. So, we touch the servers, but we never actually do this side of it. I know colleagues that do in networking and stuff, but because I can still see some of it's using my secondary route. So this will get cleaned up anyway, because these are only temporary. And obviously, as they start coming to the end of life, we'll update it with the bigger servers. So that's probably when we can reorganize the patching and how it's connected. Nice. See, mine's within a local authority, so there's only so much I get hands on. I think I don't. So at college we never did to this level. I never did this at college. Nothing about it. I did media, but I did do ICT at secondary school, and then as part of an apprenticeship we did cover some very basic details and stuff, but that wasn't originally part of my module. So let's have a look. Let me just put that on my other screen. Oh, nice. So using HTTP3 Open Graph, it's on the Cloudflare server, and Google Maps is involved in the background. So I got a Rapalizer thing, so when I'm coding I can work out if certain things are working or not. So Canada. Nice. Yeah. I don't know how the world would cope without Cloudflare. Cloudflare, to be fair. You can't take these down, can you? No. Oh, I shouldn't have pressed that. Okay. Do I carry on? Do you know what? I'm going to try your way of doing it and just see if I can clean it up. And then, as the other servers start to die, I can start switching it over then. Actually, we can switch to that now, can't we? Cancel that then. And then 2 of them. Check out. So in terms of web development, I tend to code in HTML, CSS, PHP, bit of JS, VB script, that's the main bulk of coding that I work on. It's a very tight corridor, this, isn't it? What time is it in Canada at the moment? Can I get that on? Okay. Right, so primary cable is blue. Let's try again. There we go. So, if I do that. Right, so we do. Let's go that way, then that way, then that way, and then that way. And then we want this cable, so this is for because we're already looking at connected that onto that one. So we go so top and bottom. So turn the top first, and then which one we're doing? Space one. There we go. So our IP is, let me get my pen, 25.5.13 dot. So first one will be 2. 25.5.13.2. We will copy that. Actually no. Delete 1. Then copy that. 2. Okay. Paste 3. Paste 4. Paste 5. Paste 6. Paste 7. So that's them ones done. We've got 6 minutes. Okay. Oh. So we're on 72. So we need what, another 3? I'm gonna get another one of them. Oh, we need 2 because of the backup. And then switch. Can I get that one on? Yeah. Right. I don't think I'm going to get another one of them in there, am I? No. So before I do that, we need the switch at the top. Yep. And then switch at the bottom. So blue cables, they need hooking up. So I'm guessing when you're doing actual server work IRL, that's how you structure it. Or map it out, should I say. Right. So we want to turn. Right, where was we up to? We was up to 7. So paste 8, 9, and 10. There we go. The trolley is not the most easiest to drive, is it? There we go. It's fine, no worries. So what I've done on this rack is how you structured it, because that seems to be quite a lot cleaner. Fair enough. No, it does seem to be a lot more cleaner actually, compared to the left. But it's a little bit more hectic. Yeah, because I couldn't work out how you had connected the bottom lot on that picture. So the way I've done it on this is I've looped that to that secondary, and then out of there up to a secondary input in here. The only thing I can think of is if this fails, that will disconnect. Oh, I've got that. IT Specialist in the Simulator. It's alright game. It's a good game, that is. There is a little bit of networking in that. Obviously not as big as this, but that's a good one. I might switch that in a minute actually. And play that for a bit. That bit at the top could be cleaned up a little bit. Oh, let's disconnect that a second. See, this is where the backup links don't seem to be working. Yeah. Yeah, but I forget. It has to think about... oh, it's because I never turned the bottom one on. Because don't forget there will be non-IT people probably playing this, so... I don't think I connected this connection, did I? So... yeah. So that connects to there, and that goes up. So the backup route isn't working. Did I connect the bottom one on this? No. That's why. There we go. There you go. The redundant connection's working now. So at least we know that's working. Cannot pick up one other cable is in state, is it? So you need to connect from there into there. There we go. So what we do is we go C from there to there. There you go. So it's going back for the primary. Yes, VLANs. I would love to have a go at VLANs. From what I gather, the way it works is you could have, for example, correct me if I'm wrong. Let's say you got company A, company B, and they're all going through the same switch, but you could say the top ports are noise, and the top parts, let's say, are all VLAN A, for example, for company A, and then all the bottom ports are VLAN B or 2, which is company 2. Is that the right thing I'm thinking of? And they can set up different policies on each VLAN. Am I thinking of that correctly? Don't forget, I've not got networking background. It's more web development and computer fixing, that kind of stuff. If I can remember, that's how VLANs are set up. Okay, so like policies and stuff like that. So you can only connect to that port, let's say, if your device has the permission to access it, to connect to it. Like a corporate network. An outside device can't use that port. It can't communicate. So in theory, really, it'll have no internet. And so you can access this, for example, make a policy so IT network can connect. Ah, right, okay. Right, got you. So that's the same with, like, you can restrict outbound access. So let's say, for example, it's, I don't know. Let's say it was a library, for example, public computers. you could create a virtual LAN or VLAN for them as a group, so they can only do stuff internally within the council, for example, policy. But they can't go onto like YouTube or anything Google outside the network, for example. So basically restricting what they can access. I know that's more filtering, but obviously they want them to be able to communicate outbound. Yeah, thought that. You can, however, create VLAN access policies to block certain ports. However, like yeah, okay. So that's the same in terms of certain services. So let's say, for example, a Minecraft network. You could create a virtual LAN for them devices that are connected to a certain port on the network. Yeah. Okay. That'd be pretty cool to do. So let's say, because I know there's like database servers in this, from the icons and stuff that say, right, you could restrict only, they can only access port 3366, I think it is, for an SQL database. Any other ports can't be used. How many do these need? 12,000. Thank you. See, I have done a very basic version of networking, but it was like basic. It was just a way to connect one computer to another through a switch, and that's as far as it went. Because obviously at work it's a bit more, there's this time to learn other stuff. But I have an idea. It's just the other bits in between to work out. With a crossover cable, you can directly connect two computers together without a switch. Oh. I think when we did it, it was a quick like demo. It was only a college, and it's because the way ours was structured, our course, some people had to do exams where we was more coursework. So it was more for the people who were on an exam. But I tutor got us all to do it because it was, you know, something new to learn, and you know, a bit of information to and have a go at it as well, which is pretty cool. Where's it gone? There it is. Because I know I don't know if you could do it on other servers, but we used it on a Cisco server, and it had a control port, so you could control the, the manage it and stuff like that. Since PCs share the same receive and transmit pins for the Ethernet ports, basically crossover cable is just one of the crosses that receive the transmit on the other end, so you can communicate. Same kind of cable if you were to connect two switches together or routers. Basically, just similar devices need a crossover cable. So that obviously the act's a little bit different than a normal Cat6 cable or Cat6e, Cat7, that kind of stuff. Just a different standard. Am I right in thinking that? Yeah. I'm guessing DHCP has... I know you can control it. The router tends to... or switch, whichever controls it via the DHCP. But I'm guessing... it kind of just... realises what it's doing. Because obviously computers have their own DHCP. You can manually control it, but a lot of the time we just let the router handle that. Or switch, whichever. I know I could just use the trolley, but see, on this game, they should set it up so you actually have to connect to the cable, the power and everything, like you would do, like all the kettle leads and stuff. And then redundant power supply on top of that. That'd be pretty cool. Well, that's it. Yeah. Well, the weird thing is, when you look at this down here, see, it's got blue. Turn on mount rack. Oh, I didn't realise that was a thing. Turn off rack positioners. Well, have I just learned something? I didn't know you could do that. But so if we grab a new rack and say we put it there, and then I thought these were just indicators. On mount rack, turn off. Technically, Bluetooth power exists. Static electricity, yeah, that's correct. Turn off rack positioners. What does that mean? On mount rack. Oh, okay. It's weird that it's in a button. Bit weird that. Yeah. Unless it's coming through the bases, but then if it is that, you're basically electrifying the whole cabinet. So essentially, if anyone touches it, that's it. Game over. You're dead. Ah. So you got your mount rack one. But what does turn off rack position actually do? That's just about heights and stuff. I don't know if this is accurate, but Google gives me this. In the context of data center simulator game, switch rack position refers to the physical placement of the network switches. Ah. Right, okay. So, I've got that turned off. Let's go and get a server, because we need to put one in. And let's see what happens. So it was on this one, wasn't it? Ah, it stops you to put in any more in. Because it's not highlighting the positions. That's good if you don't want to accidentally put one in or take something out, but you can't anyway. Did I just move that? No. So that's what that is. It stops you putting any more items into a rack. Yeah, so once you know everything's set up on a rack, what you can do then, click that, and it'll stop you from putting anything else in with it, or taking anything out. Because this one needs moving around anyway. Yeah, it's definitely a bad problem, that is. But in real life, you would just pull the cable out. Go back to the okay. Highway analogy. Imagine is that for bulk management? Possibly. Link aggregation control protocol combines multiple physical network cables into one single logic link to increase bandwidth and provide redundancy. The bundled group of ports is called a link aggregation group. Physical links the actual cables plugged in, or logic link the single virtual connection the switch sees. Why use LACP? Increase capacity, combine speeds, fault tolerance. If one cable breaks, traffic can use its remaining cables. I wonder if that's just for SFP ports. They may fail individually. Yeah. Because I know definitely with fibre, a fibre could have, let's say, 8 cores in it. You could technically, if you wanted to, push data, multiple lines of data through different cores. I'm guessing that's similar to what LACP is supposed to be trying to do. So in theory, it's like creating a bridge in like a bridge connection, which you can do in Windows. So let's say you got 2 network ports in one device, and they're both connected to, I'm guessing, 2 different network connections. You could bridge the connection. Guessing that works the same type of way. So again, I would say that's bridging the connection. So essentially, if we run into... So yeah, what we could do then is create a group. Because we've got 2... Well, if we go back... So for example, let's say... this one and this one, we could put another switch in, say, that port. I'm guessing that's doing it on here. Yeah. So you could connect, let's say, that switch to a different one. Because you can actually name the switches. So with that, what I'll probably able to do is put another switch in here. That will be for that bank, and then just use that again as your redundancy. You could then link that and that switch together, or would you not? Or link that switch and that switch together, and then that switch and that switch together. Is that how that would work? If I'm reading that right, if I'm working it out. Because these 2 need cleaning up. Well, that definitely, because that's a bit of a problem. So if I put another network switch in, let's test this. Have I got one already in here? No, I don't. So they're saying, because I've put the thingy on her. Okay, so let's say we put that in there. So then that will power these three. So we'll call this test 1. Test 1. We'll turn that on. Again, power comes from somewhere. Oh, yeah, so test 1. You get turned on. And some blue connection. Let's go see. So you get connected there. You get connected through that. Okay, so that's them three connected. And then technically we have to do a connection from here. So you need to go up them ones. Into there. Yeah, it does. Definitely. That'd be a cool feature, that. So I've got a new switch there. Them 3 servers are connected to that. And then all I've done is I've linked that up to that one there. So technically they should be essentially one network. If this is what it's saying. So we'll connect these to this. And then, yeah, there's one more. Doesn't the spiel get a bit in the way? Spiel, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so if we go on the front end of this, turn that on. Right, so test 2. So I'm guessing this would work more. Let's say you had a switch further up the chain. Because I've labelled that as test 2. That one is... Oh. Ah, I was looking at the wrong one. Okay. Switch 16CU 288. Okay. 288. So what's that referring to? Three 3328002. So that'll be the connection. Because you're connected up. Or is it, let's pull it on this one, so let's just slide that down to there, and then that one, slide that up. It's only testing me, so go there, there, into there. I'm trying to see, does that find see, even with you naming it, it does reverts back to that. Yeah, it just reverts the name, which is a bit weird. Okay, so 3, get rid of that, and that should be our main connection to that device. I think you have to click the number in pair, and then yeah, you do. But the thing is, I was saying, on this, I've labelled it, I've named it as test 1. So you'd think when it then gets connected, it will show up as test 1, test 2, and not the actual server, the switch name. That's what I'm saying. Unless you have to restart it. Let's try it. So if we just use the black cable so we know what we're playing with. So you will connect physically to you, and then oh no, wrong way around. Actually no, and then we connect you to you. The check function might be switch name. So if we disable that connection, so essentially everything, that's not what we want to do. We want to then, so that's connected to that. We connect you to here. So this is just a test. Obviously we'll clean it up properly. Turn it off a second, turn it back on. Yes. It's a shame it doesn't follow it like through though, is it? So that's called test 1. That one up there is called test 2. So if we go back onto here, you'd think that would link through, but it doesn't. All ports must connect to the same device. What? Ah, right. Okay. I think I've worked out what that's supposed to... Again, it bridges the thing. So, the way I'm thinking that works is we get rid of that. Let's get rid of that a second. So, if we use our black connector, yes. So I think the way it works is that to say that, and then we link that to the same switch. So again, it's based on what I was saying before. It bridges the gap, bridges connection. So now we will connect, there you go, 9 and 16 together because they are the same switch, and that creates the connection. So again, it's one connection across 2 wires. So let's say one's busy, you've always got the other one, so it opens up the threshold, or what do you want to call it, the follow through. Or so in theory then that means that split you got 20 gig then as a connection, because it's 10 gig each. So what we can do, let's do it. We could do one as a test, couldn't we? So let's test this out. Let's get rid of you and you. And we'll disconnect you, which means everything for them are now going to go through the backup wire. Which it is. Okay. So let's just use... Actually, can we get the white one yet? It looks like you can't. You'd have to... Because I've just tried it and they have to be on the same connection. Same switch. Maybe, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. So let's say you got a 10 gig connection. If you then are trunking it to 2 cables, it's upping it to 20 gig. So we know we need to connect that to that. So if we go that to, we'd go above just so it's a bit more cleaner. Into, let's say, I can't see with this bundle, there we go. And then you connect back up to there. And then connect you to there. So then we want to connect, so it's not that one, it's the next one across. So that and that gets created as a group. So LSCP1. So if I then go around here on the back, yeah, it's doing exactly what I thought. So it's going through and it's splitting the connection, the communication. So what you could do with that then is, let's say you group them 2 together. could you then get like connecting to the main, like, what do you call this, a WAN? Because technically, yeah, connect that to the WAN. Because that would work in theory. So we could test it with this one because it's a little bit more easy to manage. So this will need another port. So let's take you out, put you in there. We disable that, which means the data is still going through. So then what we can do is we could go from there up through to that, and then that connects up there, there. Then would that allow us, in theory, because there you go. So 13 and 12. Yeah, you can. There you go. So you could then trunk. You can then split the load between two. So if there's bottlenecks, it'll handle it. So then on the back end then, it pushes everything in. So that's one thing we could do. So the speed would be a lot faster because there's no bottleneck. So that works. So let's just check these servers, because switches. Because I'm thinking if we can start cleaning this up, start moving these over, it'll be a little bit more cleaner. So did I put? No, I didn't. Okay. Did I connect these up? I did. So what happens if you remove them? Obviously that connection, that bridge dies then, doesn't it, with it? So these are going to go off completely now. Actually no, they won't, because they'll go through the backup. So if we bridge these... Ugh, let's redo that. Oh, this way. So if we drop that then. So we want to... Hello, I'm on stream if right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Connect them two. There we go. So that would work. And then... creating our own database currently.
Oh yeah.
Got a database game that got launched yesterday.
Oh, data center.
Yeah. So I played the demo the other day. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll wait for it to go out. So we're just finding the quirks of the game, how certain things are working, and what you can do with it.
I'm gonna quickly search on Keymaster to see if I can get it as well.
It's only £7 from Steam.
Yeah, I tend to try and look for, see if I can get it for free first.
Alright, okay. So,
It's like a dream.
hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Not too bad yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
Right, so we want to connect that switch up. Actually, no, because we want to sort this bundle of stuff, don't we? So we need to get some new servers.
Oh, sounds like it's playing his new game.
I am. And I'm streaming as well.
Excellent.
We'll sack that because the trolley's a bit crap at getting controlled. So, actually, I need another switch. that in there, and then we start these off from the bottom. These have been used, aren't they? Oh. I've put that too high. There we go. Still crouching. So how much does this require? 4,000. That's 21, isn't it? 21. Hang on, I can't do math. So it's 12,000 per server. So a bit of calculation. Let's have a look. So we want 40,000. Is it 40,000? So we want to replace this one. So yes, 40,000, and each one is 12,000. So then, is it divided by 12? So we need 3. Was it 4? I got 4 in, so that would do. We need another switch as well. Is there one in there? No, there isn't. Okay. Oh.
Thank you for calling.
So we've got another switch. And then we'll wire this properly. So we'll go blue from the server to the switch, and then from the switch to the WAN via the white cables. And then our secondary redundant, not redundant, our backup connection is down below. There we go. In about 2 minutes or so, we'll take a quick break. Get a brew. So what we've worked out we can do is we can bring them up so we need to go there, there. So if we drop that, we need another. Actually, what we can do, turn you out, put you there. You then connect to that one. Oh. Let's try that again. You go up there. Then from there to there. Yeah, we'll go down that route. We follow that through. And then we'll get another one of them. We'll have to leave you there for a second. Put you in there. And then we'll turn... Actually no, we need to turn that on. On this, we connect... Hmm. $28 and $28. Yeah, that works. We need to grab that, paste you in there, and it's gonna air out. So okay.
Back in 5.
Okay. So that comes online. That comes online. what we'll do then, we turn you off, and you off. Hang on, no, that's the wrong way around. That will become 5. This becomes 4. So, in theory, we can turn off that one and that one. Yes. That's got a problem. Why has it got a problem? Actually, before we do that, that needs turning on. So we're using black as our... Can we unlock custom colours yet? We can. So I'm making... There are backup ones. I'm going to quickly disable that one. Think that back through. So we need to connect 13 and port 12 back together. So these servers are now redundant. I don't know if it's only because they're not connected or because that's not connected. Yeah. Because some of it's going at the top, isn't it? Okay. That's why. That'll all go anyway. So... You'll go in, and you go. So these top lot of servers can go now. Why is that not going in? So, put you in there. There you go. Oh, can you? Oh, cheers for that. You can see what I was trying to do. Welcome to the stream, by the way. It was a bit awkward. I like to do the things the hard way sometimes. Thank you for the follow. Right, so that's them servers gone. So basically, if you've just joined, this is how it was. A bit of a rat's nest. We're going down the route of having your primary at the top, secondary at the bottom. It's a little bit more neater. And then what we are doing at the moment is dual connecting, so you can bridge using the LAPC connection protocol things that they've got in the game. So that's what we're doing. So there's always going to be a double connection. I need to do the same with the bottom part, but they're fine for just a single connection for now, until we get our section done. So this one has one connection. I need to do the return, which we'll do now. So we'll need one of them, and that can go in there. So from the bottom we go. So this rat's nest would be cleaned up soon. We'll put you through there. You're going through there. Oh, what am I doing? Yes. We wasn't going to do that, was we? We've got a new custom colour. So, let's undo that. We got the orange for that reason. So essentially, this is our backup redundancy. and then from there we're going up, basically back the way we just came. There we go. So we need to configure 13 and 12 as our connection, but what we're going to do is if we turn that off, that's gone through that connection. If we turn that back on, so it's acting that the bottom is the primary, which is fine. As long as it's working. Right, so we need to move these lot of servers into this. So I think as we slowly go down, we'll start turning some of these servers offline. The only problem is I've got to get through this rat's nest now. So this is my temporary connection just to keep it running still. So I think what we'll do is take a quick break because we've been streaming for 3 hours. I'll go and get a drinking app and we'll be back very shortly. Don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Radio can't lie. We'll be back very soon. So stay tuned, stay close. Keep that volume right there. Stay tuned, don't move. Back real soon. Same groove. Radio can't lie. Hold that line. We'll be back in no time. Hold it down, don't move. Quick little break, then we right back to you. Grab a drink, stretch out, let the chat run wild. Radio K's back in a little while. Stay tuned, don't move. Back real soon. Same groove. Radio K live, hold that line. We'll be back in no time. Touch that dial, just a quick reset. We'll be back in a while. Refill the snack, tell a friend, drop a W in chat. Radio Kane live, yeah, we'll be right back. Stay tuned, don't move. Back real soon, same groove. Radio Kane live, hold that line. We'll be back in no time. soon. We'll meet you there. Stay tuned, stay loud, keep it on the line. Stay tuned, don't move, back real soon. Same groove, radio can't live, hold that line. We'll be back in no time.
And we're back. Hello. We've got water now. Right, where else were we? Oh yeah. So, we've connected that up. That's now on the new routing. Did we bridge these connections? We did. And we did that one. Yep. So we need to slowly upgrade these servers. So let's do that. So we need shop, 2 network switches, and a bunch of these servers. Network switch first. And then we'll go then one. So we're using blue as our main connection. So I'm thinking we'll create a patch connection from there to there for now. And then once we got all them in, we'll literally disconnect that, be down temporarily, and reroute the connections. Yeah, let's do that. So our temporary connection is just going to be... let's do that. There you go. We're going to create a temp connection for now. Through to that. Because we need to disable some of these. So we copy you and turn you off. Turn this on. Paste you in there. What are you? You're the breeding one. There we go. Because this... So this requires 80,000. So what we can do, we can slowly turn these on and turn these off. So 2 turns to 3. Pace, you turn to 4. And then we need to disconnect. We'll put you somewhere. We're gonna go there for now. I bought it by mistake and just. So these are the old ones, so they can be dropped there for now. And then we'll put these ones in. So 2 should cover the should cover it hopefully. So blue. And you into there. So we'll just do the primary connections for now. We can do secondary after because we need to clear the bottom part anyway. Pause to do that. So that becomes 5. You become 6. There we go. So these bottom ones can go now. Helps if I press the right button. And then we need our other switch. Which is there. And then we need black cable. And we'll go from there up. And then from you down to there. So we will temporarily disable that connection, which means they're going to go offline, which is fine. We need our white connections, so let's disable you and you. Oh, and what we'll do is we'll switch these around. So we want to select you to there, you to there. Ah, I've done it again. Hang on. Right, let's try again. You up to there. Then there. Hang on, that's the wrong one. Undo. You need to go there. One more there. Then there. So we need to bridge this around over. So 27 and 27. We're missing. We need to put another server in. So blue cable. So then we turn you on. Hang on, so you do 6. So you become 7. And then it needs one more server. So what we can probably do is get rid of some of these switches. Because that lot is now redundant. So we just need to clear this lot off up now, and then we can link that to that then. Put you over there. So this is like the rubbish pile. How much? What's your end of life? Yeah, you need to come out. Do we put another switch in, or needs another thingy, doesn't it? Can we, if we was to do that, we'd loop round back into there, and then for the bottom they would have to loop round and in. We could do that, and it would be as neat as we can get. Yeah, let's do that. Not enough space yet, so this rat's nest can be undone. Pardon me. Right, that can be put there. Can we get that in there now? No. There we go. Now we can get that in. So you ended with 7. So you need to become 8. And then we need to link you. So we'll go from there, there, there into there. There you go. So that fixes that problem. Then we go. Gotta go from the bottom. Oh, there's one there. Oh, there. You gotta swing all the way to the top. So this lot now can be gone. Yeah. Okay. Right. So that's that gone. That's that gone. So this pile all needs cleaning up. So I think we'll leave it there for today. Thank you to everyone that's been tuning in. Don't forget, you can always like, subscribe, comment, all the usual bits and pieces across Twitch and YouTube, where you'll be able to find me over on youtube.com/. Radio Kane Live, I'd think then. And that'll be it for me. Thank you to everyone that's been watching. See you again next time. Bye for now.